Even if you think Tua is going to make it the whole year, what you got to worry about is Tua starts playing bad towards the end of the year when it starts getting cold. That's fantasy playoff time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he's your quarterback and it's 40 degrees or lower, you can hang it up. You're not going to win that week because he just doesn't play well in cold weather. He doesn't play well in chilly weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's you know.
And then you got you got Aaron Rodgers coming off the Achilles.
What do you do with that?
Old.
What do you do with that?
You know, you have unstable situation in Cleveland. You have unstable situation in New England. The Giants we know suck. Rookie quarterback in Washington. Rookie quarterback in Denver. Justin Herbert, who again I'm not in his camp, but you know he's got a decent pedigree here. But honestly, with the Jim Harbaugh football,
they're going to run it.
His statistics may not be as good as they were last year, but the team may be better.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, every draft kind of plays out the same thing. I kind of put a premium on the quarterbacks above what a lot of people do, and then I usually reach a point by about the 6th or 7th round where I'm just looking for people that most people aren't looking for.
What quarterback are you going to be targeting early this year?
Pat.
Pat? Is it always Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nobody else.
Now, last year, Pat had a down year for fantasy-wise, especially in that, early on in the season.
But my view on the quarterback is that, like, at the end of the day, like, a bad Pat year is still better than most people. And, like, knock on wood, he's been remarkably healthy.
Mm.
And versus taking my draft capital in the first round and putting in a running back. Or even a receiver. I mean, they probably have a better health record overall. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to put that high a pick in players that are more likely to be injured.
There's so much, so much noise around Anthony Richardson. It blows my mind. And that's my guy. I fucking was begging for them to put him on the field at Florida for some unforeseen reason. We had to beg to get him on the field. Yeah. But he's like a quarterback 3, quarterback 4, which is nuts to me.
Yeah,
it's nuts. I know he can run and pass, and he's a fucking physical freak of nature.
Yeah.
But I don't ever see him playing a full season. I don't ever see him.
That's the funny thing of like with the physical freak of nature, because the reality is his health record's not great.
Yeah.
And so, like, yes, I mean, when healthy, there's the running, there's the strength, there's the arm, there's all these attributes. But if it's not healthy for 16, 17 games, whatever we're playing this year, it doesn't matter.
It just doesn't. And then and on top of that, I still think he'll have a lot of up and down. Like that, yeah, there'll be some weeks where he does really well, throws for a couple of touchdowns, run for a couple of touchdowns, maybe 4 total touchdowns, and the yards are looking good.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some weeks as well, just because he hasn't played that much football.
What did he get
in
like
college?
3 games last year? Or 2?
Yeah.
Like 2 to 3 games.
And similar at Florida.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like when you look at the upside, like a player with his skill set, he could easily have 4 touchdown day, throw 2, run 2 in, like whatever. It could happen very easily for him. A little bit like Jalen Hurts had, like with the push season.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, yeah, he throws 2 touchdowns, but he also got these 2 1-yard.
Yeah. That was a great year for him.
Richardson could get that easily, just as strong and powerful as he is. And so, yeah, I agree with you. But again, the consistency, the limited amount of time that he played, they had the good running back, but they don't have
Jonathan Taylor.
I don't think they have great receiving core. They're not terrible.
Solid,
solid. But it's not some
star-studded group.
And it's like, so there's a lot out there to figure out. So I would be skeptical. He's not a guy that I'm looking to draft super high.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't in my go quarterback early. I'm not going for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like he would have to fall to me.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I'm fine if he falls, but yeah, I'm not going to target him early like a lot of these people are doing.
Yeah.
And more power to you if you're in my draft and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'll take that and be happy that you did it.
And here's the thing, like even. Again, nobody's ever going to draft Pat in front of me, but like when you again look at the other guys, like Joe Burrow has missed a lot of time in his brief career. Josh Allen has lost a lot of his weapons. Tua, we know he's very sort of fragile. A lot of the better talents are there's. It's
not only fragile. Not only fragile. Even if you think Tua is going to make it the whole year, what you got to worry about Tua starts playing bad towards the end of the year when it starts getting cold. That's
Yeah.
that's fantasy playoff time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he's your quarterback and it's 40 degrees or lower, you can hang it up. You're not going to win that week
Yeah.
because he just doesn't play well in cold weather. He doesn't play well in chilly weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's you know.
And then you got you got Aaron Rodgers coming off the Achilles. At
What do you
40
do with
years
that?
old.
What do you do with that?
You know, you have unstable situation in Cleveland. You have unstable situation in New England.
Yeah.
The Giants we know suck. Rookie quarterback in Washington. Rookie quarterback in Denver. Justin Herbert, who again I'm not in his camp, but you know he's got a decent pedigree here. But honestly, with the Jim Harbaugh football,
They're going to run it
his
so much.
statistics may not be as good as they
Yeah.
were last year, but the team may be better.
Yeah.
You know, so that's there. Geno Smith's a very wishy-washy guy.
Dak is always a solid fantasy wise.
Yeah, Dak's solid.
But again, not a guy I would go early
You got to
with.
look at Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Brock is solid fantasy
Also,
guy.
like the other one you get is like Penix and Cousins.
Yeah.
And Russell and Fields. Like those are two jobs that are like you can't pick one of those guys with a high confidence rate that they're going to be the full-time starter.
If I'm stuck with Russell or Fields, I'm just not playing that this year.
Yeah,
I don't want
you're not
any one
playing.
of them. But you can talk me into Penix or Cousins, like for various different reasons.
But the problem is, it's like I think the likelihood that they split the games one way or another due to injury, performance, whatever, is high.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're either going to be you got to almost draft both.
Yeah.
You know, to hedge that bet.
Yeah.
You know, CJ's probably as good.
CJ
number
is
two.
solid. CJ is really CJ looks really good because of all the weapons they gave
Yeah,
him.
he played very well last year,
Yeah.
and then bringing the weapons in. You know, Lamar's probably pretty good.
Lamar is
pick.
always pretty solid.
And Purdy.
Yeah.
It's got to be a pretty comfortable pick. Like David Carr, and then Spencer Rattler's done some decent things. So if Carr struggles, they have a guy that's good enough to maybe threaten the spot a little bit. You go around. I mean, then you got the guy in Carolina, Blake.
Shit.
He's terrible.
He's awful.
You go through the league, man. There's a lot more question marks than there is certainty at quarterback, and so to me, it almost drives even further if you can get one of the few clear-cut blue chip guys. I don't know how you avoid it.
Yeah.
How do you don't do it? Who's even going to play in Minnesota?
Is that the guy who was with the Jets, Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold, yeah, he blows. But you've got Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
The other guy, the receiver.
Yeah.
young
He
guy,
came on last year.
from
Last
USC,
year.
Was
Yeah,
good.
he came on last
so
year.
they have some weapons, and maybe that's not a bad job. Caleb early, but again, it's a rookie, unproven.
Yeah, but I'm taking.
You know
Caleb.
who actually looks really like a good pick is Jared Goff.
Yeah,
He's in
with all of these,
He's in a very good system. With
Mr.
great
Consistent.
weapons.
He's Mr. Consistent,
Yeah,
man.
and there's a lot of consistency
the,
to what they're doing.
the new best tight end in the league, Sam Porter.
Yeah,
Porter
how would you-
right under Kelsey.
How would you? I mean, like that. How crazy is it that like he's actually a guy that you're going to have to be like, hey, he might easily be a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
Fantasy purposes, because you look at it like he's been a pretty healthy dude. He's on an established offense with a lot of good weapons. And he's coming off of a pretty solid year, and he has no challenger to his job.
You wouldn't have thought that 2 to 3 years ago.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
And well, hey, forget about that. Stafford.
Stafford too.
Not going to be a sexy pick, but I mean,
No.
he's got.
He has he has
Cooper-
really good weapons.
Cooper Kupp should hopefully be closer to who he is.
Yeah, and
Kua was good, and
yeah.
then they got another guy this year.
They do.
The name's escaping me.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
can't I think?
And
of
they
who
have
that
backs
guy
that catch out of the backfield.
is? Yeah,
I know Van Jefferson. I think is still there.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, they got another like pretty good receiver. Now I can't think of the name though,
Yeah.
but a good playmaking guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lad McConkey from Georgia,
Oh, okay.
the rookie,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's had a good camp.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it'll be interesting. But yeah, I definitely. Yeah, now that I'm actually thinking about this, there's a whole lot of things to consider
It is, man.
before these couple drafts coming up.
Yeah, more so players. I try to go like I try to map it out where I'll go position wise, and then just take the best available. That's how I try to map it out.
Yeah.
And go from there. Especially in these 2 quarterback leagues versus, the standard. Because in the 2 quarterback leagues, then I definitely want to go quarterback early.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's still 1 quarterback, I'll let you go crazy with Pat, and I'll take my chances on the back end.
Yeah.
But 2 quarterback league, I try to go quarterback early.
For sure. For sure. Because it's, It's guaranteed. I mean, when you get a top guy, it's just guaranteed solid points every week.
Yeah.
Like your floor of performance is already kind of like there, and if you could get anything out of the other spots, you're going to be really tough to beat. So.
All right. Well,
But all you guys ignore what I said. If we're in the same league, do whatever you're planning to do. Draft a guy that retired, whatever.